Sorry for technical interruption due to the thank you. Is it? Now is it audible? From my side it was on. Okay, I assume that the notes, the audio video is okay. Okay, I will discuss again that what I have discussed right now. The very first point I have discussed, that's big data analytics being under the track of software and application development. It's related to the conceptual understanding of the big data analytics, that how the big data challenges and opportunities and their applications are there. Then we have to understand as a student also and as a career for with respect to the career, that what do you mean by the NoSQL databases? It's conceptual understanding. That's one of the objective. Then to gain the next objective is the what do you mean by the map and reduce algorithms and functional programming accordingly. And the last, that's again conceptual understanding of Hadoop that we have started from last session onwards. HDFS we have Hadoop architecture we have seen, and then we are going to continue after your term and exam. Let me share with you that from the next week onward, from Monday, 2nd November, you will be having your term and exam. That timetable of that term and exam will be shared to you by today or tomorrow. It will consist of the three parts of three major parts. The one part will be it will be totally of the 30 marks basically. 10 marks for the multiple choice questions, 10 marks for the short answer questions, and 10 marks for the long answer or case study like questions. And that way totally it will be of the 30 marks. It will be conducted as per the timetable to be displayed by the department. Daily there will be the one paper, and you have to attempt on that day only. It will be of course the online exam, MCQ online ho gaye, and whatever the short answer and long answer question, for that purpose you have to take visit the Google Classroom, and using Google Form and Google Classroom, that overall online term and exam will be conducted. For MCQ we may take the help of Testmos, that you might have now experienced the Testmos with respect to the multiple choice question. And that's how your exam will be there starting from the next week Monday, that is 2nd of November. And then there will be the online Diwali holidays. As such, your holidays are going on, not you're not coming to the institute though the academics is still conducted. And then after Diwali we will resume with the next chapter of the every syllabus or every subject. That's how our next month span will be there. And coming back to your syllabus discussion, today's session and the next session of this week, that might be on, I think, on the Saturday or Friday, that next session is there. We are going to discuss this recap and revise the syllabus in brief. Today we will discuss the syllabus copy itself, and then next session we are going to share and based on the some of the PowerPoint presentation which are there on the Google Classroom and YouTube also. And some of the students have shared with me that on which topic they wish to have the some kind of revision, that will be taken on the priority basis. Okay, the first chapter was based on the big data, that what do you mean by the big data, why the big data analysis is required, how the big data is emerged. That's due to the semi-structured or unstructured nature of the data, big data is there. And there are some of those concepts and challenges, concept like the V's of the big data, then challenges like how to store that big data and how the opportunities are emerging out of that big data analysis. For that purpose, we have seen the enterprise information management, that's a EIM. And then big data implications with respect to the some of the case study we have discussed with respect to the functional domains like telecom, banking, retail, healthcare, IT, and operations. Obviously, at your university exam, one question will be dedicated to this particular part, and that will be like a big question, 10 marks question. Not this term and exam. I am talking about the university exam. That's why be careful and attempt all this. And for that purpose only, I have shared some of the question bank questions at your Google Classroom. I am reiterating the expectation from my side that please solve that question by handwritten way in your register notebooks and upload with your name at the Google Classroom. so that it will give you practice of writing of the technical writing of the answers related to the some of the questions in the big data analytics subject. That questions is compiled from last 5 university exams. So be attentive for that. The next chapter was dedicated to the emerging database landscape, wherein we have started with the discussion on the non-relational databases. What do we mean by the scale out and scale up architecture? That in a distributed and parallel way, how we can horizontally scale or vertically scale the given database. What do you mean by the rigid schema and flexible schema with respect to the non-relational database? NRDBMS is also called as a NoSQL, and using that NoSQL types of NoSQL we have discussed up to the last session also we have discussed that NoSQL types, and that's why it is required to revisit and recap that particular session again and again. And remember, these are the some of the conceptual understanding for your betterment of career also. Then the database workload characteristics we have discussed. Then what are the implications on the big data scale with respect to the data processing that we have discussed. All these PPTs, all these study materials are available at our Google Classroom. Please revisit to that Google Classroom. Try to get download of the at least PDF and PPT video you may or may not, because many of them are the YouTube video. Even the our lecture sessions are also uploaded on the YouTube channel. You may take the link of that YouTube channel and revisit. No need to download the video as such. Then the application of architecture for the big data analytics, wherein we have discussed the concept of the data warehouse, data mart, what do you mean by the data node, how the semi-structured, unstructured data is being stored in the data warehouse, what do you mean by the concept, what do we mean by the concept of data mining it's at such, and depending on all such archive of data, how the analytics of operational analytics works that we have discussed, and for purpose of that, what are the system requirement to upgrade or to update the data warehouse, and what do we mean by the hybrid architecture of the big data analytics. And with respect to that, we have discussed the enterprise data platform ecosystem, wherein we have discussed some of the data marts, how the data, we have also discussed some of the basic case studies related to the AWS, that is Amazon Web Portal, how Amazon uh, applies the big data analytics on their portals and how that ecosystem is being survived. And lastly, that's what we mean by the data management or master data management. Then we have moved forward to the data modeling approaches. Data modeling, as we have discussed, it is nothing but the designing or storing data in a meaningful way. That is a data modeling. We have discussed the data modeling technique with respect to the DBMS first, wherein we have discussed some of the data integrity concept, referential integrity concept, and then we have discussed with respect to the NoSQL, that's a NRDBS also, that how the data modeling is being done. And there we have introduced with the MapReduce pattern, some of the algorithms of the MapReduce and use cases, how the MapReduce algorithm is being used for the purpose of big data analytics. Then there comes the concept of the data modeling technique with respect to the NoSQL, wherein we have first discussed in detail with respect to the acid versus base concept. Acid, that is the RDBMS, and NRDBMS does follow the base only. It is not guaranteed that the NoSQL will follow the acid concept. That's the atomicity, consistency, durability, and integrity and durability concept. That's the acid one. The advantages of acid and bases, remember, though the emergence of the NRDBMS is there, we do require the RDBMS or DBMS, traditional DBMS, again and again. There is no way that the RDBMS is going to be replaced by the NRDBMS, because the data source for the both are the very different. For the RDBMS, it is the traditional or structured data. For that purpose, we are using the SQL, that's the structure query language. Then next, we are for NRDBMS is mainly for the purpose of storing of data like Semi-structured, unstructured data, the data that is of the heterogeneous type means the data generated through the social media, then the live streaming, then the various online platforms that is being used for the SQL. That's why our NRDBMS cannot replace the RDBMS in full percent. Obviously, there are the different reasons that for that purpose, and there are like the advantages and disadvantages on the both side, and we have to weigh properly before applying whether to use in RDBMS or whether to use the NRDBMS, and where that will be the correct one. Then we have discussed the concept of the data sharding and sharing nothing. That's a data sharding means keeping data on the different data node that's a distributed way. That is called as the data sharding and accordingly various architecture. Then what do you mean by the NoSQL databases? That's the MongoDB, document type NoSQL databases, graph type NoSQL databases, columnar type NoSQL databases we have discussed and their particular examples. Then we have discussed the CAP theorem, Brewer's CAP theorem, consistency, availability, and partition. CAP. These are the 3 points. That's a consistency, availability, and partition. These are the 3 operations or 3 parameters any data can have. And that theorem proves that out of these three, the data can be in any two of these three. Okay, at a given time instance, data can be in any two. Either it will be consistent and available, either it will be consistent and partition, or either it will be available and partition. But no way data will be under consistency and available and partition at a time. That is a Brewer's gap theorem, its features, and then we have discussed the some of the features and comparisons of the few NoSQL databases like Cassandra, MongoDB, Contra, Cloud, Cloudera, then CouchDB and HBase. These are the some of the NoSQL databases we have discussed, and that will be now up to this point. You are going to have your term and examination. Okay, that will be obviously we have taken the examination many times. This at this same many time we have taken the examination using the multiple choice questions and even using some of the Google Classroom techniques we have taken. That's why it will be easy for you to attempt that exam. But I will request you to please be attentive at your exam. Okay, let me stop this share. I will share you with the some of the PowerPoint presentations we have discussed. Okay, sorry for interruption. Yes, okay, this is how we have started with the big data analytics. Let me share that PowerPoint with you. Yes, it's being opening. That was the basics of the big data we have discussed during that particular session. We will revisit that basics again so that it will be revision for you to revise